Today, I'd like to talk to you about Facebook's algorithms and how they influence what users see in their news feeds. The average Facebook user has more than 1,500 stories in his or her news feed at any given time, and since almost nobody can consume that much content, Facebook's algorithms rely on a user's past behavior to judge what content they're most likely to be interested in seeing. Now imagine that I'm Facebook, using my algorithms to determine what content a user sees in their feed. Each of these cards represents either a story from a friend or a story from a media company. Imagine every one of these is a story that shows up in this user's news feed. I'm dealing 9 cards, and as you can see, 4 stories are from the user's friends and 5 are from media companies. But of course, the user makes the decision about what he or she's interested in. So let's say that the user clicks on 1 story from a friend and 2 media stories. Facebook notes this preference and will make future judgments based on this and other behaviors. But the fact that the user was served so much media content presents a dilemma for Facebook, as they worry that the dominance of media content makes the platform less personal. Google Facebook context collapse if you want to read more about that, but for now, let's just recognize that it's a concern. So much so that last year, Facebook made changes to its algorithms to surface more personal stories and less content from media companies. Now again, imagine that I'm Facebook dealing 9 more cards, but this time they're heavily weighted towards posts from the user's friends. There's 6 stories from friends, but only 3 from media companies. Here, Facebook's algorithm is encouraging more personal sharing. But ultimately, it's still up to the user to decide. Let's say the user still selects 1 story from a friend and 2 stories from a media company to interact with, just like last time. So Facebook has a problem. They want to encourage personal sharing, but the user's behavior indicates that they tend to prefer media content. And again, Facebook is continuously noting these preferences so that it can respond best to what the user wants to see in their newsfeed. Now let's say that Facebook really wants to push personal sharing and goes all the way to serving 8 stories from friends and only 1 from a media company. Now there's a real problem. The content the user is used to seeing and has clearly expressed a preference to see isn't there. The user selects 1 story from a friend and 1 from a media company, but the user wants more and it's just not there. By trying to impose its view of the type of content it wants users to interact with, Facebook runs the risk of reducing the time a user spends on Facebook. After all, if users can't get the type of content they like there on Facebook, they certainly can get it other places. Now this exercise oversimplifies and excludes a lot of things. In reality, the algorithm changes can be very subtle and very gradual and may not even be noticeable to the end users. But the core ideas we've discussed here still stand. As far as Facebook is concerned, users sharing media content is not as desirable as them sharing personal content. That's one of the reasons they're pushing so hard to get individuals to do things like create Facebook Live videos. At SocialFlow, we work with the world's biggest media companies to help them more effectively share and monetize their content on Facebook and other social networks. Users may hold all the cards, but great content matters now more than ever, and success with social media is a critical objective for any modern media company. We'd love to talk more with you. Contact us at sales@socialflow.com to learn more.